Hi friends, happy Tuesday. Let's talk, shall we? Jumped on Zoom, I got my workout in, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to. Do you hear me? I didn't want to. I didn't feel like it. And some days you just don't want to. And that is when you play just the tip. You literally just try it for 5 minutes and see where you're at. And if you don't get beyond the 5 minutes, well then you can count that as a win. I'm giving you my blessing. I am encouraging you to just start and to not overthink it and to not overcomplicate it and just do the next right thing. So today we jumped on Zoom. There's two of them now. There's an early morning, early bird one, and then there's the 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And we jumped on. I cannot tell you how grateful I am for the women on that Zoom. And no, it is not a private club. And yes, you are all welcome to join us. And I really wish that you would take advantage of the weekend days, those of you that have to work and you have other obstacles in your way. But it is such a time of like affirmation that you're not alone. Like it's affirming that you're not alone, that you're not the only one feeling the way you do. And it's really strange because we've been doing this now I've been hosting these Zooms for years, and the cycles of people who've shown up with me have changed because life changes, right? But how frequently we are in a very similar headspace, energy space, even when we're doing different programs and we live in different parts of the world and we are just in different cycles of life. But it's so crazy how you just feel less alone, because I think that is the biggest thing, especially after the pandemic and all this stuff. So many people felt isolated and alone, like it's just them, or there's something wrong with them. And I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, you're not alone. And there's someone else out there. It might not be like those of us on Zoom, but I'm just saying in general, there's someone out there that feels the same way you do. And so showing up and having that extra layer of accountability, it forces my hand. I'm not extra motivated. I don't have all my ducks in a row. They're at a rave and it's crazy sometimes. But knowing that there's people that are going to show up on that Zoom, even if it's one person, it pushes me to show up when I would rather not. And I would rather do something that maybe won't serve me. So today we jumped on, and there was 4 of us on this morning, and all of us were kind of in the same headspace yesterday. And today everyone's kind of feeling the same. We were talking about gut protocol, and we were talking about just different workouts and stuff. And it's just really bananas to me how, I don't know what it is. If it's the planets, I don't know what it is, but a lot of us are feeling just kind of meh, a little bit fluffy, a little discouraged, a little unmotivated. And I'm not telling you this to like kill your vibe and make you be like, oh my God, I want to get on that Zoom. That sounds awful. But it's encouraging when you know it's not just you. And you also know that if you do the work and you see it through, you continue to show up, you trust the process, and you tweak and evolve, because you can't just keep going through the motions if what you're doing is not serving you. I want you to get started. I want you to find your momentum. It's not about being motivated, because I'm not motivated, but it is about getting the ball going and then continuing to show up and to do the freaking work, even when it is those 5-minute days. It does compound. And more importantly, you are keeping a promise to yourself. You are holding tight to that thing you said you were going to do, and you're going to freaking do it. And you're going to build the belief, which builds the consistency, which builds the momentum, which ultimately does in fact change your entire freaking life. Yeah, there's superfoods, and yeah, I do workouts, and yeah, there's this group, and there's the Zoom, but it's about so much more than that. It's about you honoring a promise to yourself. And I shared about this yesterday, about this 85% statistic. The people who started with a New Year's resolution or on January 1st, and they were going to go all out with their wellness journey or weight loss journey or whatever you want to freaking call it, will drop off by Saturday. And so many of you have not yet started. You're kicking the can down the road. You're coming up with totally valid reasons and obstacles and excuses. But I just want to remind you that this is your life, and the days are going to tick by whether you show up or not. It will never be perfect. It's never all going to line up. There never will not be some big event or a trip or something that could potentially like get you all hung up and maybe off track. But that's why we do this. It's because we're showing up for our life. We are in training for our life. It is not a 30-day, 21-day beach body transformation. This is you showing up to life. And I'm challenging you, if you're not already looking at your workouts as something that you do as an extra layer for your mental health, it's time for you to flip the script. Because yeah, it can be motivating to show up because you want to look a certain way. But at the end of the day, if you look a certain way and you still feel like garbage, that's not a life I want to live. And on the flip side of that, I also live this super, super straight and narrow life so that I can look a certain way. I want to live my life. I want to live this life, drinking my superfoods, showing up to my workouts, doing the daily work, even on the days it sucks and I don't feel like it. I know it is serving me. I know that it is me honoring a promise. It's me showing up because this is my life and it's a gift. So how will you show up today? Will you make excuses, or are you going to look for all the ways that you are capable of doing this? And then you collect all your proof that I did drink my water and I did move my body and I did get outside and I did listen to something or read something that inspires me. It's those teeny tiny things that seem so insignificant and are really, really easy to like rationalize away and talk yourself out of and negotiate. I'll get to it tomorrow, or I'll start next week or next month, or when the kids are older, or when there's more money, or when there's more time, or when I have a bigger living room. There will always be the next thing. But your life is happening now. Your life is happening now. So I hope that if you are on track with that statistic where you are going to fall off, or you are falling off, or you haven't begun, I want to encourage you. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. It's just those tiny small actions that compound. So what can you do today? What can you shift? What can you align? What can you realign? What can you put back on the shelf because it's not serving you and it's not encouraging you and it's not making you feel better and more inspired? I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. I don't want you to feel like it's pass or fail. You have to accomplish all the things in a certain calendar time. No, this is you doing the work. I see you and I'm proud of you. And if you don't believe in yourself, I want you to borrow my belief, because if I can do this, you can do this. And my journey right now is not perfect. I do not feel good in my skin. I do not feel good in my body. I am dealing with all kinds of mental chatter that doesn't feel good and doesn't serve me. And so I can stay there. I can allow myself to be held captive by all that crap. I can count all the ways that it's sucking, or it's not good enough, or it's behind, or I don't feel good. I can collect all that proof, or I can say, that's not where I want to put my time and energy. I'm in charge of my time and energy. That is 100% my responsibility, just like it's 100% your gift and your responsibility, your privilege to show up to your journey. So what are you giving attention to? What are you giving life to? What words are you recycling in your head? And what do you need to break up with? And it's not like you're just going to say a couple affirmations and all of a sudden it's all going to fall into place. That's not how this works. This is literally hygiene. Just like taking a shower and putting on deodorant and brushing your teeth, we have to do it every single day. We get to do it every single day. And some seasons, some weeks, some months, some programs are going to be so much easier, and that's okay. And some will be hard and challenging and feel like an obstacle and a struggle, and that's okay too. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It just means that you are a human. Welcome to the club. Congratulations. So wherever you're at today on this Tuesday, if you are struggle busting or you're rocking it or you're just stuck in this overthinking, I want to remind you that you're capable of the next thing. You can do the next thing. It doesn't have to be huge. It can be as small as going outside and touching a tree. It can be as small as walking up the end of the alley when you take out the trash, parking farther away from the grocery store. Small things compound. Stop selling yourself short. Stop talking yourself out of it and just do the freaking thing. Okay? Okay. I believe in you.